What's up, guys? Welcome to Sharpen Your Sword podcast. We are glad to have you guys back on here on episode 38 on why you will not achieve your goals. Okay, guys? Like always, I'm here with the number one co-host in the world, Giovanni Jimenez. What's up, Gio?
Hey.
How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. I want to start off by saying thank you for all the support that you guys give us, guys, on YouTube, on Spotify, on social media. You supporting us, you watching the podcast, you giving us likes and comments and sharing helps us out a lot. So please help us out, okay? We have a Shopify, a website officially dropping here in the next few weeks. So stay tuned because we will have a special discount code for you guys to get some Sharpen Your Sword merch, okay? So stay tuned for that and stay tuned on the podcast. And let me know, guys, I want to see more of you guys letting me know what you guys like on the podcast in the comments on each episode, what you like from the episode and what you want to hear. This way we are trying to cater and give value back to you guys. Okay. But we're going to go ahead and get into episode 38 on why you will not achieve your goals. So guys, I'm here to tell you guys that you are not going to achieve your goals. Okay. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm here with Gio and we're going to tell you guys on why you're not going to achieve your goals. All right. And so a lot of you guys are like, damn, Mo, really? Like you're all motivated and you're giving us all this hype and you're telling us to sharpen the sword. You know what I'm saying? And now you're telling me that I'm not going to achieve my goals. It's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay. But before we get into why you're not going to achieve your goals, we are going to talk about why you should achieve your goals and why you should go after your goals. And this is something that I have a lot of passion for. This is something that I believe I should speak to people more about. I usually talk to somebody about this on a daily basis on why they should achieve what they want. Okay? And that's why a lot of my podcasts involve you going after what you want. Okay? So that's what we're going to talk about first before I tell you why you're not going to achieve your goals. You ready, Giovanni?
Let's do it, bro. I'm excited.
What do you think about this topic so far?
I think this is very important topic because you go to social media, everybody talks about, it's all about motivation, which is very good. It's all about positive thinking. But at the same time, people get high off of, like you said it, people say their goals, right? And they get high off of just talking about their goals. Like saying, I'm going to become a millionaire. And that gets you high for the moment. And you're dreaming, right? Which is good to visualize and dream. But the reality of it is, does your life and the action you put behind it, will that reflect and give you $1 million? And so people have these goals and they get high and they, like we talked about in the last episode, through faith, right? They just think God will make it happen. But they never get confronted and they never get told the reality, look, man, the way you're going about things, that shit ain't never gonna happen, And so I think I think it's a very good, powerful podcast it'll be because the reality of it is, it's one thing to show you how to do it, and it's another thing that people will learn. It's if I do this, this will guarantee that I don't do it, So it's kind of like reverse psychology in a way. Like you're going about it in a reverse way. It's if I don't do this, then if I do this, I'll for sure not get it.
I agree. And a lot of people do that. We talked about it on episode 37, faith and hard work. You can't have one without the other. So guys, check that podcast out. Check that episode out. But before we started today, Gio and I were kind of talking about the importance of achieving your goals, guys. And this is for men and women, but the truth is, I look at it as it's a man's duty. This is not whether, these days obviously it's changed, and a lot of people are not going to like this opinion of mine, or my belief in this, is as a man, it's your duty to provide for the family. It's your duty to serve your community. It's your duty to serve your country, right? And if you don't want to think about your community and you don't want to think about your country, but your family is always there, okay? Whether you like it or not, your family is always there. This is not something that you have a choice of whether I want to do it or I don't want to do it. I feel like doing it. I don't feel like doing it. This is a duty. This is a God-given duty, in my opinion. And I don't think this is just an opinion. I think this is just fact. Okay? This is a duty for you. So for the men, I truly believe for you to achieve fulfillment and to achieve happiness and to have the family that you want and to be the father figure that you want, to be the leader, to be the strong leader, not just a leader, a strong leader for your wife and for your kids, and to be there for them as a man with actions of a man, okay, you are going to have achieved something in your life. And I'm not talking about millions of dollars. I'm not talking about athlete accolades. I'm talking about you have achieved things that you set out to conquer. If you have not conquered these things, I don't think you're going to be able to conquer things and achieve things for your family, which is going to happen, is going to pop up in your way. Because you don't have the repetition of having a goal and doing the work necessary to achieve that goal. You don't have repetition. So what I see a lot, and this is not just family, this is in your career or your business as entrepreneurs. If you don't have repetition of achieving previous goals and being disciplined and going after them, it's going to be very hard to achieve them in your business because it's already hard as is. Life already is hard. Just life in general is hard. Okay? Now you have a wife and you have kids. Now you have all these responsibilities. You have all these bills. You have a business. You own a business. You're self-employed. Okay? Are you going to be consistent in your goals, in your actions to achieve those goals? The answer is no.
So you're saying basically like setting goals and achieving them is basically like you're training up for the real game, which is life.
Yes. That's the way I look at it. And these days, it's a new year, new me. It's a fad. That's what it become. It's for us to look cute on Instagram and Facebook and whatever social media site there is these days, to make posts about it, and everybody's tagging you, and everybody's liking it, and everybody's hyping you up. But that only lasts a couple weeks. I got off social media a few weeks ago, and the last few weeks, I haven't seen no motivation about the new year, new me. Yeah. I haven't seen hashtag go girl or go bro. Go get your goals, bro. Go conquer the world. It didn't even last a couple weeks, and all that stuff died down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's become a fad to set goals for the new year, for a year, for 12 months. But what does that mean at the end of the day? And here again, guys, that's good because that's a starting point. But what does that mean at the end of the day for the rest of your life? What does it mean? If you don't achieve it if you can't achieve a small goal of losing 5 pounds in 2025, how is it going to be in 5 to 10 years when you keep thinking of the things that you wanted? When all you think about, who does not go day to day thinking of things that they want? As humans, doesn't matter if it's materialistic. Doesn't matter if it's materialistic. You're going to think about it. You want a G-Wagon. You want a Ferrari. You want a Corvette. You want a nice house. You want a car for your wife. You want your kids participating in after-school activities.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. But if you can't go out and set a goal to achieve it, to make that happen for them, or to make it happen for yourself, you think all of a sudden magic is going to happen when you're in your 30s and you have a family, all of a sudden, now it can happen, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to knock you guys down all the way, that all of a sudden you're going to just start setting goals and things are going to just fall in your lap when you weren't even able to go after your goal for 6 weeks. You were able to go after your goal for 6 weeks in the new year of 2025.
Yeah. Well, no, I think that's a problem that a lot of people have. It's like we were talking about jiu-jitsu, right? Like we're talking about the tournament. You're like, coach, when I get to the tournament, I'm gonna execute the way I want to. Like I'm gonna get serious. When time comes, I'm gonna get to it. But like you said, you're like, if you're not training like that in your day-to-day life, you are not like that. You're not operating in that mode. You will not, when it gets serious, you will not be able to pull the trigger and operate in that mode.
100%. you know? And the whole point is you need repetitions of achieving goals. What did I tell you before the podcast, right? Is you need these repetitions leading up to your future of you achieving goals. It doesn't matter what it is. We don't have to talk about $1 million. We don't have to talk about becoming a millionaire. We don't have to talk about having a Ferrari or whatever fancy car you want, or having this giant house, or being on a private jet, or being on a vacation every few months. It doesn't have to be something extravagant, but you have to achieve something. You have to get in the repetition of setting something and achieving it. Let me lose 5 pounds in 3 months, in 90 days. Let me lose 5 pounds. This is a good start, because guess what? To lose these 5 pounds in 90 days, to be consistent in the action needed to achieve this goal for 90 days is harder than most people think. Just 90 days. Mm-hmm. Okay? So I try to put that in the perspective of owning a business. You've heard a conversation with somebody, me and somebody a few weeks ago. You were in the office and I was in the hallway with somebody, and I told this guy, and he knew it. He's a very successful man. And I told him, I said, I think the problem with new entrepreneurs is when they realize that they can't make money, they won't be getting paid for a long period of time. And this is where people die. Mm-hmm. This is where businesses die, in that process right there. When you realize that you have to work X amount of weeks, X amount of months, X amount of years, depends on your finances, right? Depends on your vision and your business plan. You have to work for X amount of months and years and keep going without getting paid. How many people are willing to do that, to sacrifice for their business? In one of my businesses, I did not get paid for 2 years. 2 years.
Yeah.
I did not pay myself. 2 years. I did not touch a penny for 2 years. Mm-hmm. Not 30 days, not 60 days, not 6 months, not 1 year, not 18 months, for 2 years. And it was during COVID. Everything shut down. I had to pivot and come up with other options, but for 2 years. And on top of that, they shut the businesses down. And I did not get paid.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's what my whole point of today's podcast is, guys, for you to, before I say why you can't do it, you need to understand why you need to do it. Why it's important to achieve small goals. Okay? So that's just in the business aspect, in the entrepreneur journey aspect of what's going to happen when you own a business. Everybody wants to own a business. People think that's fancy. Cool. Guess what? It's one of the hardest things you will ever do in your life. I would tell you that. It's one of the hardest things, if not the hardest things that you will do in your life. Okay? And you have to maintain it. Mm-hmm. And you have to constantly, consistently, every week that we sit down for 3-4 hours, right? Consistently new goals, coming up with a goal and a plan. Every week we're doing it on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
And we're trying to achieve them. And some of them we don't achieve. Some of them we achieve. And this is just to be upfront with everybody. We don't achieve everything that me and you talk about.
Yeah.
And that shows you how hard it is. Now keeping the pace, keeping the journey, staying on the saddle, and doing it day in and day out for a long period of time. Not for 30 days, not for 60 days, not for 90 days, for years. You told me, like, last meeting we had, it's like, I asked you, like, you've been working for 2.5 years. Like, man, I'm getting there. Only if I kept, you said something along the lines, only if I kept the same momentum I did for 2.5 years. Mm-hmm. Imagine that. That's what if, could have, should have, right? It doesn't matter. But you just saying that is a point of realization, saying, imagine if I really did keep up on it for 2.5 years. So now take it to your family. When you have a wife and that you have to be with for the rest of your life till death, that you're fully 200% responsible for, which not many people are. You look around and you see that not many people are.
Yeah.
And you have kids that you have to be 200% responsible for. And I don't believe 18 is the age for me. People say 18 in America. I don't believe 18. That's your kid for life. Mm. That's the way I look at it. So you're responsible for these individuals forever. So you have to consistently set goals for your family, because you're going to be on the side at that point, the way I look at it. For your family, they have goals. Your wife has goals. Your kids have goals that you have to participate in and help them achieve. Not for one day, not for 3 months, not for 1 year, not for 3 years, but for life.
Yeah.
Now, how hard is that journey? I have not experienced it firsthand yet, but I'm preparing for it.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, how hard is that compared to a 1 year, 2025 goal? So that's the importance of setting these goals. To get repetition on setting something that you want. I want to go after this, okay? And do the work, even if it's for 30 days, and achieving it. Because now a light bulb goes off in your head.
Well, let me ask you this. What is a human being without goals?
This is a very good question. Because I actually think about this. And I actually was thinking about this walking out to the car earlier. Is a human being without goals to me is just a walking character on the face of this earth. It's like when you watch a movie, sometimes you're watching the main character and in the background you just see random people walking. Mm-hmm. Right? That's the way that I look at people that are walking this earth with no goals, with no purpose. They're just here. That's one of my biggest fears, is to just be on the face of this earth, to live and to die and not achieve anything. This is one of my biggest fears. I've created a lot of fears in my life. To be honest, I manufactured some of them. Okay, not being great, not being successful, not being the best leader I can be, not being the best black belt I can be, best coach I can be, the best entrepreneur I can be, the best father, best brother, best whatever it is I can be. These are fears that I've created in myself to help me achieve them. I needed something to fight against. Okay? So you without goals, what are you doing here? Besides eating, sleeping, walking, and getting up and doing the same thing until you die. What are you doing? You're just a character in a movie. You just want a background character. That's the way I see it. But deep down, I believe everybody has a purpose. Everybody's here for a reason. Mm-hmm. Now, finding that reason and pursuing that reason is the hard part. Because it takes consistent action when you're awake and when you're asleep. Obsessed in achieving what it is that you're here for. You're here for something. Achieve it. At least be an asset to the world. Be an asset to this life, in this life. At least be an asset in this life.
Yeah.
Be an asset to somebody. Don't just be a liability or just be a character walking. That's the way I see it. You know? And so that's the importance of achieving these little goals. Because you're getting repetition on achieving, setting something and achieving it. And these will get bigger and bigger because your confidence will go up. And your belief will go up. Mm-hmm. And your capabilities, your belief in your capability will go up. One of my dreams took me 5 years. The other one of my dreams took me probably 10 years. Another one of my dreams was before 30 years old. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank God I've achieved some of these things. If I have not achieved these things, I cannot aspire for bigger things. I cannot see it. If I had to work for something 5 years, okay, over 1,500 days, consistently, going through the trenches, being hurt, being broken down, doing it whether I liked it or not, doing it when I wanted to quit. Every damn day I wanted to quit. Mm-hmm. But I finally hit the goal. And it's like, okay. And this is something, right, that I have a mindset. It's because of sharpening your sword. Okay, guys? Keep sharpening the sword, baby. But
That's
because
right.
of sharpening your sword, I believe I can conquer the world. Okay? I believe I can achieve whatever it is that I set my mind to. It may take me a while, but I truly believe that I can achieve it. I will find a way to do it. And that does not come from just me, just blank words. That comes from achieving previous goals. If I have not achieved these previous goals, I will not be able to think that way. I will not be able to aspire for bigger things. For the future of my family, for the future of my community, for the future of my country. Mm-hmm. I cannot do it. I had to go after what I wanted. Like I said on episode 37, I'm not going to just say it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and take it.
You're going to force it to happen.
I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to force it to happen. And most goals, you have to force to happen.
What it say is a big saying is like, you got to manifest destiny.
Yep.
Those like, people will be like, that was destiny. You were destined to this. But I manifested destiny, right? Now, go to God, right? But you also got to put action behind it, like we said. Very powerful. What I got to say about humans, when you don't have a goal, I think you are just like a black hole. You're just consuming. And this day and age, you consume food, you consume. A lot of people consume drugs, right? Whether they're prescribed or unprescribed. And if you think about it, like the opposition, this is what they want out of you. They want to just make you a consuming machine. They want you to just keep consuming, so they can make money out of you. For example, in this country, they want you to just be a consuming machine with no goals, with no purpose. Nothing great to come out of you. They just want you to be just one, like the rat race. They just want you to be one more rat that's on the wheel. Yes, keep consuming, keep working, right? And die off. And make sure you make some babies too, so we can exploit them too.
Yeah.
And I believe that it's our goal to break that cycle, to escape the matrix. I think a human being without goals is just waiting to be. It's a lamb in the field, and at this point, it's what's gonna get you first. What vice is gonna get you first? Like we're talking about the lady in the red dress. Which vice is gonna get you first? Which one will be your doom, right? Mm-hmm. Your demise. It could be, maybe you pick up marijuana, you become a lazy human being, and that's all there was to you, And that's sad. And then you have kids, and like you said, you didn't have no goals. You have no firsthand experience of setting a goal, grinding to it, and achieving it. How are you going to set up your kids for success? You yourself can't do it. How are you going to guide somebody through that? Next thing you know, your kids resent you. Your wife looking left and right because you ain't the man that she thought you were, right? Or you just ain't that guy, right? Now, she cheating too. That's obviously the horrible thing. But obviously, without goals, you're lost, and you're just waiting to be a victim of a vice, especially in this world, right? You're waiting to be a victim of the opposition, which I like to call the devil. You call it whatever you want. So now to why you will not achieve your goals. It's you lack clear goals. Many people set vague goals like get in shape, make more money, without defining what success looks like. Any clear, specific goals, like the SMART goals, right? Can you talk about this? The number one reason why you will not achieve your goals, which is a lack of your clear goals.
Mm-hmm. So you have to have a SMART goal, right? A specific goal. Not lose weight. I want to lose 5 pounds of weight, right? Mm-hmm. A specific goal. And so most people just throw things out there. Somebody told me, you told me this a few weeks ago. You're like, I just want to make more money.
Yeah.
So what does that consist of? You have to have something exact, clear, something that you can grasp. Making more money can be $50 more. It can be $1,000 more. It can be $20,000. It can be $100,000 more. But if you don't have a clear number, how are you going to grab it? How are you going to gravitate toward it? How is it going to gravitate toward you? How are you going to achieve it? How are you going to set up a plan to achieve it? I want to be a great entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. I want to be a black belt entrepreneur.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? What does a black belt entrepreneur mean? A black belt entrepreneur means you're the best entrepreneur. As a black belt, right? I'm not a white belt. I'm not a rookie. I'm a black belt. Okay? As a black belt entrepreneur, what does that consist of? I have a successful business, okay? And when I say black belt entrepreneur, I'm talking about financially and the community, the culture, the leadership, the whole system. Everything within when you say black belt. Okay? It can't just be a black belt business and you're not making money. That's not a black belt. Mm-hmm. You may be a blue belt. Okay? Black belt business. I want to have the best community there is. The healthiest community there is. I want to have the healthiest culture amongst co-workers that there is. That they love to be around each other. They love to engage with each other. They love to work with each other. They love to talk to each other. And they love to work as a team to achieve the goal of the business. And they look forward to being in the business. They're not there going through the motions. Mm-hmm. A black belt business that there's profit in the business. When I look at the business, profit loss, I see some profit. I'm not losing. When I look at the reports, I see profits. Business making money. Mm-hmm. Okay? When I look at a black belt business, I am one of the top in my niche. Jiu-Jitsu academies, I'm in the top of my niche.
Yeah.
When you talk Jiu-Jitsu academies in the area, my academy will come up. My name will come up. My coaches will come up in the conversation. We will be involved in that conversation. That's black belt to me. And now you can go as deep as you want. But I know for me, that's just 4 or 5 things that consider my business a black belt business. Right there.
Yeah.
Community, culture, leadership. I'm a black belt leader. I'm hoping to be a black belt leader to give you guys whatever it is that you need to serve you guys and to help you guys to achieve your goals and the business goals. And to help my clients, my students achieve their goals. Not just talk about them and get them in the door. No, but as a black belt entrepreneur, as a black belt professor, as a coach, then I have to achieve these things for these people, with these people. Not just get them to the door, fill their ear, and not achieve it. That does not make me a black belt.
Yeah.
Helping you achieve what you want makes me a black belt in my eyes. Otherwise, maybe I would be a blue belt or a purple belt because I lack that thing. You're coming to my academy to achieve a goal. My job is to help you achieve it. That these are some examples of clear goals in that aspect for me.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. That is very powerful when you break it down like that. So, number 2, you lack commitment. You know, some people approach your goals with, let me try it and see it mindset instead of they dive headfirst into it. When challenges arise, they quickly give up. True success requires a deep commitment where giving up isn't an option. You know, when you went into your businesses, when you went into any venture, when you started jiu-jitsu, was giving up ever an option?
I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to hide anything, right? When you're doing hard things, quitting pops up in your head. Mm-hmm. Okay? It pops up in your head. Within the first 6 months of my academy, I thought about quitting.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done. That's it. I'm done. Within 6 months. Even before. The truth, before even it opened, I started getting down. And then I forced myself. I committed. No, it's happening. And then it creeps back in. And then the hardship, 6 months in. And then the hardship for a year. And then COVID. And then right back to like, damn, am I going to make it? And I remember just sitting there and I'm thinking, this is the end of the road. They're shutting us down. This is the end of the road. And then it was only a few hours, maybe not even an hour. And I thought to myself, wake up, bro. You're going to just lay over? You're going to just roll over and die? You're going to just roll over and quit? You committed to this. You make it happen one way or the other. I remember, and I jumped up, called everybody, said, this is what we're going to do. We redid the whole academy.
Yeah.
We're going to work. Nothing stops. We're not sitting at home. This is not happening. I had family, parents. What are you doing? It's COVID, blah, blah, blah. Like, why are you working all the time? I'm committed to making a black belt academy. There's nothing that's going to stop me. Laws or no laws, I wasn't stopping.
Yeah.
I was going to keep working. Now, for a minute there, I did sit down in my office, in my chair, all alone, and just like thought to myself, this is it. Until I woke up. You know? This always happens when you go after goals. There is an idea of quitting. Now, the lack of commitment part is the problem. Because this is before even the quitting part. Because you can't get to the quitting part if you haven't committed. If I did not commit to this journey, I would have never reached the part where I question or have doubt. Like, should I quit? It won't happen because I never committed to it. You have to start the journey. You have to commit to the journey. And in the journey, these thoughts come in. The negative voice comes in. Okay? So, number 2 on why you will not achieve your goals, guys, is because you are not committed to them. And not committing, when I say commit, I'm not talking about making a cute Facebook post. We're having just a vision board just so you can talk about to your friends about, hey, I got this cute vision board on my wall. I'm talking about deep down inside, you have fully committed to what it is that you want. You have truly committed for your own reasons. Not for my friends, not for my family, not for social media. I have chosen to commit because this is what I want. I'm not worried about what people think. I've committed. Okay? And this part is hard. Depending on the size of the goal, committing is very hard.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'll be honest. I'll be the first to admit there's things that I've been working on for a few years now, and I haven't started them truly all the way because I didn't commit. And it hurts me to say that. There was a very big lack of commitment. I did not commit all the way. Now I've committed, and it's the scariest thing that I'm doing, but I've committed to it. You know what I mean? Now the doubt is setting in. The voice is setting in. The negative voice has come to talk to me on a daily basis right now. It's talking to me during the day. It's talking to me when I wake up. It's talking to me when I go to sleep. It's talking to me in my sleep. It's trying to stop me from committing. Okay, and that's the number 3 is fear of failure on why you're not going to achieve your goals. And these go together, right? Fear of failure is because you're afraid of what people are going to think about you. You're going to be afraid of what you think about yourself. You're going to be afraid of what if it doesn't work. But guess what? That's part of the journey. That's part of the process. It is what it is at the end of the day. If you don't try, how are you going to ever know?
Yeah.
If you don't ever try. You know, so failure at the end of the day is just a feeling. It's an emotion. And when it comes to emotions, you got to move them out of your way.
What do you say? Honestly, when fear of failure comes back to, it's your brain trying to protect you. You know, your brain is designed. At the end of the day, we forget that we're human animals. You know, we are made by God, but at the end of the day, we do have an animal-like brain. And so your brain is designed to protect you, right? Same way how fire, you take away, you feel pain to protect you. Or, like, for example, you smell rotten food. Your brain processes that as bad, is to protect you. So fear of failure, it's your brain trying to protect you from being embarrassed, from failing, from your ego being hurt because you didn't achieve what you wanted. It's your brain just trying to keep you in this bubble wrap where you'll never feel any negative emotions. That's all that fear of failure psychologically in your brain, that's what's happening. It just wants to protect you from those emotions if you don't achieve it. And so, now this is this one gets people. This is the silent killer, which is the next one. It's procrastination. You know, people waiting for the perfect time. oh, like they say, like, oh, right now the market is not good, or whatever the case, or I still haven't studied enough. You know, I haven't gone to enough seminars, or whatever the case may be, right? Or maybe like you could have been, oh, I'm not gonna open an academy until I become a black belt. You know, then maybe it'll be like official, whatever, right? It's procrastination is a silent killer. What do you got to say about procrastination and how to combat procrastination?
I mean, as you go through life, you start realizing that there is no perfect time. You know, and that's the thing that I think a lot of people are lacking is the overthinking, mental fatigue of thinking the time is coming, the time is coming, the time is coming, or faith, putting it only into faith and, oh, it's going to happen, it's going to happen, right? Instead of realizing there is no perfect time. The perfect time is right now. This is the perfect time. Not 5 minutes after I scroll social media. Not 5 minutes after I talk to my friend. Not after I go out with my friends. That's all procrastination. The time is now. There is no waiting for the perfect time. Procrastination is when you say in a minute. I will do it in a minute. I will do it after I come back with my friends. I will do it after we go to the movies. I will do it after checking my phone. I will do it after me calling this person. No. It's right now. It's the work that needs to be done in front of you right now. Okay? And procrastination is the biggest killer. Because we all, as humans, okay, they put a diagnosis to it, whatever, ADHD, ADD. We all have a case of this. To a certain extent. We do. We all have it. Everybody. I don't want to put a term onto it. I don't believe in necessarily me personally, but you just lack focus at that moment. That's it. Because of procrastination. We all deal with this. Okay? So you have to be aware of this. I was aware that social media was doing this to me. My procrastination was through social media. Okay? I thought that I used different excuses, but when I sat down and reflected and dissected it, I realized that's my biggest procrastination tool. That when my brain fatigues, my mental fatigue, okay, or when I'm exhausted, let me pull out social media and make me feel good, or to kill some time, or to just, free up my mind space. But I was doing that as a procrastination tool instead of working on what needs to be done. And ever since, I've done more work than ever.
Yeah, that's another one. Too much on social media. What is the dangers of social media? And the danger of believing that it is not dangerous and it will not take away from you.
If you don't think social media is dangerous, you're in trouble already. You know what I mean? Social media has caused, body disorders. Social media has caused depression. Social media has caused anxiety. Social media has caused so many things. Because everybody sees this post on social media, and everybody looks happy on social media, and everybody's thinking, why are they happy and I'm not happy?
Shit, everybody winning in life in social media.
Everybody's winning on social media. Why are they winning? Why are they happy? Why are they achieving all this stuff? And I'm not. Why do they have these cars and these houses and the success and best career? They're happy about their job, and it's all bullshit. Okay? So, social media at the end of the day, what is it for? If you're not using it to make money for your business, what are you on there for? To kill time. That's all it has become. If you are on social media, you should be on there to hustle. Ethically. Okay? Make some money. Sell your brand. Sell your products. Okay? Other than that, it's just a waste of time if you ask me.
Yeah.
I used to look at the iPhone gives you how much usage you spend on apps. My social media got up to 8 hours some days.
Really?
8 hours. Now, maybe I was on a trip, sitting in the car or on the plane or just traveling, and I would scroll a lot. And then I would cut it down. I cut it down to 4 hours. And then I cut it down to 2 hours. And then I still realized 2 hours out of 24 hours. Okay, if I slept 8 hours, I have 16 hours left of the day. So I have 16 hours if I sleep 8 hours. If I work out for an hour, 17 hours, 15 hours. If I do jiu-jitsu, 13 hours left. Mm-hmm. I'm on social media, 2-3 hours, 10 hours left. You know what I mean? Yeah. So why am I not making those 2-3 hours count?
100%. How did you feel after you got off social media? Because we talked about this, about your focus.
After I got off social media, I've never felt better. Focus, mental clarity is the biggest thing, and not mental fatigue. Mental fatigue is a real thing. Some nights I would feel like dumb, like brain dead, from how much scrolling I did on social media. And yeah, my problem is I have a lot of people that would message me through social media, okay? And now it's like I don't have access to it. They don't have access to that. I'm not gonna reply. I'm off social media, okay? But it got to the point where like I was fatigued from being on social media. My mind was fatigued from being on social media. I would look for that dopamine because it would wake you up, right? Social media would wake you up. I would wake up in the morning and open social media. There's messages. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's it. I got to go. And my performance has gone up ever since.
100%. I agree. Social media will give you brain fog because it's, like if you drink, right? I know you don't drink. And I never got into this point where I get hammered. I've never gotten hammered. But people say like, you drink, right? And the next day you're hungover. That's basically what your brain is like on social media. It gets all these dopamine rushes. Your brain exudes this dopamine. And then it's cooked. When it comes time, first of all, it lowers your attention span. It looks for cheap dopamine. And by the time that it comes to focus on the real work, your brain is dead. It's cooked. It doesn't like it. It's like a kid that's been used to candy. When it comes to eat vegetables, right, which is real deep work, like, bro, I don't want to eat that. Give me the good stuff. Give me the cheap stuff, the cheap dopamine. And I heard it being put like this. It's when you're addicted to social media or you're constantly being stimulated by social media, it's like you have a motor that takes the most expensive gas and you're putting the cheap gas on it. So it only takes you so far. But once you feed it the good stuff, right, which would be not consuming so much social media and focusing on deep work, then your attention, your focus will be able to go much longer when you don't have the cheap dopamine rushes, which is social media, aka your focus. In reality, like I feel best when I don't use social media. Like I noticed my jiu-jitsu tournament, like nerves would go down when leading up to that day. I was not listening to music. I was not watching videos. I was just in the moment, just breathing, thinking, just alive in the moment. And I noticed that I did so much better, and I was not nervous because my mind wasn't racing. And I learned that from Miyamoto Musashi, the samurai guy. But if you think about it, we're not meant to be on social media. You know, humans are not. This is a recent phenomenon, like 10-year phenomenon. But another thing that goes associated with social media, it's a negative mindset. You know, because you see everybody's winning, everybody's balling, everybody winning in life except you. Everybody and their mama got $1 million but you. On social media, right? Everybody hit the new crypto on social media. And so this develops negative mindsets. How will a negative mindset and / self-doubt impede you from achieving your goals?
There's one thing that I told you when you first started with me about the mind. What did I tell you?
That the mind is super powerful and you don't know its potential.
Yeah, and I told you something else. I've said a lot of things about the mind. But I said, if you have
a strong mindset,
if you have a grasp on your mind, you have control over it, you can achieve whatever it is that you want.
That's right, you did.
You know? And so That's the importance of sharpening your sword, guys. The two swords, okay? The two swords right here. One is for the body, the other one's for the mind, for your mindset, okay? And before I talk about the negative mindset, I'm gonna talk about the positive mindset. Actually, I'm gonna put them together. You have a negative mindset because you have not done enough hard things.
What do you mean?
You have a negative mindset because you have not done enough hard things. Your mind is caving in to the outside stimulus of the news, your friends, the people around you, your coworkers, the food. Your mind caves into all of this. That's where a negative mindset comes in from, okay? If you have trained your mind, if you have studied successful people and entrepreneurs and strong mindset individuals, and you've trained your body, because when you train your body through physical exertion, your mind is tested, correct? When you train jiu-jitsu and you go through a lot of physical training, what happens to your mind?
It starts doubting.
It starts doubting, and when you go through it, what happens?
But you get stronger.
You get stronger, and you start believing in yourself, and you become confident. So you had to push yourself physically to get your mind talking, the negative voice to come out. Most people can't push themselves physically to get that negative voice to come out. They can't push themselves in an educational manner, in a knowledge manner, to where they're studying, and that negative voice comes out like, hey, bro, you're done. Stop. You're fatiguing. No, I can read a little bit, 5 more pages. I can read 10 more pages. I can listen to this Sharpen Your Sword podcast. Mm-hmm. This guy talk about sharpening the sword. I will make time to do that. I will not procrastinate. I will listen to that on a daily basis. This all builds this. Okay? So you are caving into the negative mindset and the self-doubt because your mind is not there. You don't have a grasp on your mindset. Your mindset has a grasp on you. It knows that you're going to cave in when the negative voice comes in, and knows that you're going to cave in when it gets a little bit hard. And this is where most people fail, right here. Because guess what? When you want to go after the 5 pounds and you don't lose a single pound the first week, what do? That negative voice comes in, bro, you're done. You're not losing 5 pounds.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. Just stop. That's what it's going to tell you. You sacrifice cookies. You sacrifice all these desserts for a whole week, for 7 days, and you have not lost a pound. Oh, it's not going to happen. That's the negative voice. It starts telling you. And your mindset is weak. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's not going to happen. It's going to be too hard. I'm going to have to kill myself for 5 pounds.
Yeah. You know, it was one of the things that now, I have not said this word in a long time, but I forget how common it is. Yesterday, I was watching this video. This dude, his personal trainer, was telling this, he was hustling these kids, right? Making them work out. And then one kid was like, literally hadn't broken a sweat yet. Right? Face was not ready yet. He wasn't panting. He said, I can't. He was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You can't? Are you kidding me? I've been doing this for 40 years. You're not going to hit me with that BS saying that I can't. Also, surrounded at the gym and all that stuff, you know, strong people, it's rare that you say you can't. But what is the power of saying I can't? What is the effect of that on your mind?
I mean, when you say I can't, you're reassuring the mind that it's right. Then you're reassuring the negative voice that it's correct. There is no such thing, and this is an extreme mindset, guys. This is what I'm going to say is an extreme mindset. There is no such thing as I can't. If I say I'm going to achieve this, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to work to the day I die to achieve it. I'm terrified, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to combat that negative voice. I'm going to combat the doubt, and I'm going to work for it. There is no such thing as I can't. If you want fulfillment, if you want happiness, if you want to be the best father, the best man, the best leader, a strong one, there is no I can't.
Yeah.
Because if there's an I can't from you on that specific topic, how much more I can't are you going to give? That's another thing. It's a repetition. And that's why you need to go back to clear goals. You need realistic goals also. You can't just come out of the nowhere and you want to lose 100 pounds in 1 month. You can't just do that. You have to have a realistic goal. But I can't is a killer. It will kill you. There is no I can't. I can't is not in my dictionary. It's not in my vocabulary. Mm-hmm. Because if I use I can't, it's going to bite me back. Somewhere down the line, I'm going to get bitten. Okay? And that's a negative mindset. That's a self-doubt. You're doubting yourself. You have to stop the self-doubt. One of my buddies told me that when this negative voice comes in, imagine a stop sign, a big red stop sign, and stop right there. Remove all the negative voice, remove the negative doubt, and replace it with the good stuff. I can't, stop sign. I can. And I will. Or just watch me. For me, that's another one, is watch me. Just watch. Especially if you doubt me, just watch. Okay? I don't believe in I can't. It doesn't matter how many doors shut in my way. It doesn't matter how many no's I get. I don't believe in I can't. I'm going to keep trying. If I believe that this is for me, I will keep trying. Now, there's a point where you reach and you get your answer. No. But for me to say I can't is not possible. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, you tell me to go climb Mount Everest next week. You may hear I can't. Would I try? Yeah, I would try. But I'm going to be realistic. Now, this is contradicting, but I'm a realist. I'm going to be realistic. Now, if you say, hey, Mo, I want you to climb Mount Everest. Or this is a challenge to climb Mount. Okay. I'm going to sit down with a professional. I'm going to come up with a plan, and I'm going to go climb that damn mountain. 1 year from now, I'm going to go climb that damn mountain. And when I decide to go do it, there's no I can't. I'm going to the damn top. Okay? So that's me being realistic. For you to tell me to go climb it today, it's not possible. To climb it this month is not possible.
Yeah.
It requires something. So I can. It's just a matter of time. A matter of resources, okay? And a lot of this comes in from the lack of a sharp sword mentally. Of being a couch potato. Of eating all this bad food. Of watching all this social media. You start doubting yourself. You start having an unhealthy mindset, a dull sword. And you believe it. And you know what's worse, where this all comes from? This negative mindset and self-doubt?
What?
If you were to pick one reason, where does this come from?
The self-doubt and all this?
Yep.
I think it comes from yourself.
Of course it comes from yourself. After that.
From the people that surround you.
From the damn people that surround you. That's what I realized at a very young age. The people around you will make you or they will break you. The people around you can make you believe that you can do it, and they will make you believe that you can't do it. Depends on the certain people that you have around you. The people around you are going to fuel this negative mindset, or they're going to help you push this negative mindset out. The guys that are around me right now are all older guys than me. Mm-hmm. And I always hear, you can do it. You can achieve that. We can achieve that. They don't look at me and say, no, bro, you can't achieve that.
Yeah.
Younger people around me have said that. You can't achieve that. Or are you crazy? Are you lunatic? Like, that's a big goal. That's doubt. Instead of, no, bro, you can do it. I believe in you. You can do it. How many people around you truly say that to you? When you truly look around. Most people, when you tell them a big goal, will laugh. And if somebody laughs, that's your ex right there. Cut them. Yep. So a lot of this comes from people around you. When I talk about certain things, people used to say, oh, dang, you crazy, bro. It's not happening. It ain't happening. Like, are you crazy? That was my answer. That was my answer right there. You don't need to be around me. Mm-hmm. I don't need to be around you. And people don't realize it. Minus the social media, minus the bad food, minus the news, minus all this. Negative mindset and self-doubt comes from the people around you.
That's very true. People will reflect, like we have said it so many times, the people around you reflect who you are, and whatever you throw at them, they'll reflect it back. You gotta be very wary. We've talked about that so many times. You gotta be careful who you surround yourself with. You can't hang around snakes and expect to not get bit, right?
Yeah.
Next one, not holding themselves accountable. And this is what I saw. So this is for example, right? So Kobe Bryant, he will make a contract, right? He wrote out a contract of what he was gonna do to train in the off season. So he wrote down so train how many days, train this and this and that. And then he signed it. Boom, I'm going to do it. And he made it a non-negotiable. He was like, you do not negotiate with yourself. And this is one of the most powerful things when it comes to consistency and discipline. Negotiating is not an option. You wake up in the morning, you're like, fuck, I don't want to go to train at 6 a.m. What if I stay asleep? You start negotiating with yourself. The moment you start negotiating with yourself, you've screwed. So, can you talk about that? The not negotiating with yourself and not negotiating with your goals.
What you said is perfect. When you start negotiating with yourself, it's a problem. That's a hard freaking battle, bro. When I negotiate with myself waking up early in the morning to go train, the battle got 10 times harder. When I negotiate with myself on a business plan or a business venture, it just got so much more harder. Okay? So when you have a clear goal, you have to not negotiate on that goal. You have to just go after that goal. There is no negotiation. I have a set, clear goal that I want to achieve. And I believe in this goal. And I believe this goal is going to help me achieve whatever it is for the future that's best for me. Okay? I've set the goal. That's it. And this is where people fall off. This is it. There is no negotiation. This is how you get to that future that we talked about at the beginning of this episode. Mm-hmm. How you talked about achieving goals for your family, your business, your community, your country. Is you don't negotiate with your personal goals now, where you stand today. The 5 pounds, the 10 pounds, the making $1,000 or more a month. Just adding $1,000 more to your finances a month. Okay? To reading one more book a month. And there's no negotiations on this. This is what I'm going to do. This is it. This is part of what I do. I don't negotiate. I don't fold on this. Okay? So you have to hold yourself accountable first. At the end of the day, the best accountability coach is yourself.
Yeah.
The truth. If you can hold yourself accountable, okay, you have a higher chance of achieving whatever it is that you want. Because nobody's going to listen to you more than you. Nobody wants the best for you more than you. Nobody's going to believe in you more than you. You can tell me, Mo, I believe in you. Okay, Gio, cool. I appreciate it. But if I put that belief in myself, from my own self, I can conquer a lot of things. Mm-hmm. Okay? So number one is you have to have accountability in your own self. First, hold yourself accountable. Whether you have to write it day in and day out, morning and evening, morning and night, before it's bed, and when you wake up. You have to have a calendar. You have to have a plan. You have to have a schedule. That's your accountability. You have to have a partner, accountability partner. Let's go work out. You want to lose 5 pounds? Okay, talk to somebody that's willing to go work out with you at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Talk to somebody that's willing to train jiu-jitsu with you at 6 a.m. Okay? Now, this is the ultimate, is the accountability in yourself. Because guess what? When I put belief in myself, there ain't nothing stopping me. I will 100%, 10 times out of 10, bet on myself. Every single time, I will bet on myself.
Yeah.
Now, I can magnify that when I have a mentor like Gio on my side. I have a coach like Gio on my side. I have an accountability like Gio on my side. Now, I can just 10x it. Because it's me and I have somebody that's pushing me. Whether it's Gio or my wife or whoever it is, my kids, or my friends, Mr. Allen, Mr. John, Dr. Johnny. All these guys are my accountability partners. They tell me, hey, this is what you're going to do. Push here, fix this. This is what you need to do right here. Or are you doing this? They check on this. Okay? But I have to hold myself accountable first. This is in my thoughts, this is the ultimate superpower first. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you need a coach. You need a fitness coach. You need a nutritionist coach. You need a jiu-jitsu coach. You need a business coach. That is also your accountability partner. That's going to make it easier on yourself. Right? You work out with somebody in the morning. You go to the gym. You have somebody. Is it easier for you to go work out with somebody?
Yes.
It's easier. Okay? But those days you have to hold yourself accountable and you got to hold them accountable. And they got to hold themselves accountable. They got to hold you accountable.
100%. That is very powerful. Goes back to the people that surround you. You know, you got people, but you make excuses for you, then you'll make excuses all the way till you die, and then you make excuses why you didn't hit your goals when you were old. Now, very powerful one. This is very common in today's age, especially in the modern age, the social media age, the fast-paced age. Too many distractions, social media, TV, unnecessary commitments. All this takes you away from what truly matters. Like, think about it like this. I was talking to my girlfriend the other day. I was like, back in the day, which wasn't that long ago, like in the 1950s, people, they had TVs, right? But that wasn't really the biggest thing about them. Let's just say 1900s. I was like, what would we do if we got home? There's no TV. There's no phones. There's no internet. And we just got to sit here and entertain each other. What the hell would we do? Right? You start thinking, then what would we do, right? It just shows you how distracted we are in this modern age. Look at babies. What kid do you know can sit in a room and play without an iPad in today's age? Shit, I don't know any, right? That can go a day without a phone, without social media. I don't know any adults that can do that without social media. The old folks, they can do it. But in today's age, what is the importance of eliminating distractions? Look, this is funny. This is me, right? You remember you showed me, he was like 4 a.m. It was like, this dude was like, men be like 4 a.m. like, oh man, I gotta lock in. I've been wasting my youth. I gotta lock in. 1 hour later, turns on the PS5.
Yeah.
Right? So I think this is also a silent killer. It's too many distractions. You talk about that, like even relationships, even like girlfriends and stuff like that.
You said it, not me.
That can be distractions. What do you guys say about this to like the young men and to be weary of all these distractions? They might need innocent things they might not think are distractions, but they really are, and things that will hinder them, hinder their focus for success.
Man, when it comes to distractions, there's so many. There's so many, right? Let's start with the girlfriend one, since you brought that up, right? Is especially at a young age, what do most people want to do at a young age in relationships?
They just want to date. They want to have fun.
That's what I'm looking for. They just want to have fun. Okay? Now, it doesn't matter if they're having fun or dating to get married or not. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is they are wanting to have fun when they're young. You can live, what is the quote? You can enjoy your 20s and be an underskilled 30-year-old. Or you can work in your 20s, right? Mm-hmm. And be, what is the dang quote?
Underlived 20-year-old?
Underlived 30-year-old.
Yeah, 30-year-old.
Right? You can live up your 20s and be an underskilled 30-year-old. Or you can work in your 20s and be an underlived 30-year-old. I'd rather be an underlived 30-year-old. And that's what I am right now. And I wouldn't say underlived. I enjoyed the last few years. I've enjoyed it, me personally, right? But my enjoyment was through fulfilling my goals. It was my fulfillment, okay? Most of these distractions for the young men and young women, okay, is living up the teenage and 20-year-old 20s of their life. They want a nonstop dates, going out to eat, going on coffee dates, going out to have fun, going to the movies. And all this is good. Don't get me wrong.
Traveling
Nonstop is a big one, you know. Wanting to do this nonstop. And then they get to their 30-year-olds and realize that they don't have skills to live a good life. Or get to their 30s and realize they have a wife and kids and they don't get to do what they did in their 20s. And will give that life to their family because they don't have skills to make wealth. Instead of grinding and learning skills at a young age. Now, if it's in moderation, it's in moderation. But who does, how much of the population does things in moderation these days? Not much. It's the extreme, one side or the other. Right? So these distractions of social media, TV, the news, unhealthy friends, nonstop parties, nonstop going out, nonstop traveling, and not working on your goals. Not trying to fulfill your goals, not putting one foot in front of the other on your goals, not being disciplined in achieving your goals, doing the work necessary to achieve your goals. So these are just some of the distractions. Some of the distractions with the relationships is having a partner that's not aligning with your goals. A husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend. I mean, hopefully before husband and wife. But a boyfriend or girlfriend that's not aligned in your goals. They're just around. They're just a body that's around that you guys just want to have fun with each other. And they're not supporting you in your dream. They're not supporting you in your goals. They're not supporting you in your journey. That's all a distraction.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree 100%. I think that a lot of young people, again, it goes back to social media. It's and you got to understand social media is fake. You know, they see these people that have it all and they want to feel the same and social media is also, it's also leveling up, like a one-upping thing. Like, fudging, oh, this dude got this. I got to one-up that guy. Look at me. I'm in motherfucking, I'm in whatever, Scottsdale, Arizona. Man, nobody give a shit if you're in Scottsdale. Not unless you invite me. But
Scottsdale is nice, man.
Really, I've heard about it.
Dude, Scottsdale, Arizona is nice.
I want to go to Scottsdale I want to go play golf just because there's green grass and in the background's the desert.
I have a picture of that.
It's kind of to me, that looks beautiful.
So during COVID, I stayed at a resort in Scottsdale. That was like that. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It was pretty nice.
But at the same time, if somebody posts, who cares, right?
Yeah.
Nobody give a damn. But and this is reality. If you give a damn what somebody's doing with their life, you ain't got nothing going on for your life. That's just the truth. But now this is another one, right? Now I know this is I know you got an interesting to say about this because at one point and still you chase many goals at once, right? And you mentioned how you used the balloon example where you're chasing a lot of goals at once and it expands your capacity. But what could also be just chasing too many goals at once? What do you got to say about chasing too many goals at once? Filling up a lot on your plate? Do you think it's weakness that you can't do it all? Or do you think it's smart on what you can focus and what will get you to where you want to be?
So you have to understand yourself and your capabilities, right? Some people can handle more than others. Some people are just built different. There's men out there that are built completely different. Mm-hmm. Not all men are created equal. Some work hard in the off season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Eric Thomas. But not all men are created equal at the end of the day when it comes to working. All right? So what you can handle, maybe I can't handle. Maybe the workload that you can handle, I can't handle it. And the same to the guy next to me. I do believe, though, when you go through a lot of hardship and you work a lot and you've put a lot on your plate and you maintained it and you achieved it with all that stuff on your plate, I do believe your capacity is bigger. So if your capacity is bigger, I do think that you can do more at once. Okay? But if you're going to just talk on just a surface level, sometimes too many goals is actually bad because you're not going to achieve all those goals. And if your sword mentally is not sharp, when you don't achieve those goals, you're going to feel like a failure. The negative voice comes in. The self-doubt comes in. The negative talk comes in. Mm-hmm. And then what do? Why do I have to achieve the rest of my goals? Or why do I have to work for the other goals? I'm not going to achieve it anyway. Instead of narrowing it down to something realistic that you can achieve. Let me lose 20 pounds in 2025. Or let me lose 15 pounds in 2025. Not in 3 months, in 1 year. Okay, another goal. Let me work out 3-4 days a week. Well, these go hand in hand. Let me work out 3 days a week. Not 3-4 days. Let me work out 3 days a week. Well, working out 3 days a week is going to help me lose 20 pounds. Mm-hmm. So I can do those 2 goals. Let me remove sodas. That's a realistic goal. Now, if you tell me to remove all sugars, that's a tough one. But I can do all 3 of these. That's 3 goals. You know what I mean? Now, if you tell me I want to open a business in 2025 and I want to make $1 million profit in 2025, that's going to be pretty damn hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or I want to open a business in 2025. I want to make $1 million in 2025 and I want to travel the world in 2025. I don't see that possible. It's not realistic. Can it happen? Yeah. Can anybody pull it off? No. So too many goals can kill you. And you kill your dream and your confidence and your mindset. So you have to put things together that you think, that you know that you can pull off. Be realistic with yourself. Start small. There's nothing wrong with it. Again, like I said at the beginning, we want repetitions of you achieving goals, you conquering your goals, you setting out with a goal, having a plan for the goal, and following through with the plan to achieve it. And every little rep that you can achieve, whether it's 5 pounds or in 3 months, or make $200 more monthly, or go on 3 walks a week, or lift three times a week, do jiu-jitsu twice a week. The more reps that you can get on achieving these, the closer you can get to other bigger goals and more on your plate. Because just like the balloon, you get a brand new balloon, you expand it, it gets this big and it's about to pop. You let it go. Now, the latex is expanded. It's loose. Mm-hmm. You expand it, it gets this big. That's your capacity now. It got bigger because you pushed the limits. Now you bring it back down. And you expand it again. You inhale. Now your capacity's gotten this big. Now you can achieve more. You can handle more on your plate. You can thrive in the stress. You can thrive in the chaos. Most people break in the chaos. Most people break under stress. Mm-hmm. So it depends on this and what's happened over the past few years can decide how much you can withstand, how much your capacity can take.
Powerful. I think so too. You know, and it's at the end of the day, it's this thing, like, out of all your goals, there's one thing you're gonna excel the most out of all your interests. But that doesn't mean you cannot excel in all. That doesn't mean you cannot be great in all of them. Doesn't mean you can't be good in all of them. But obviously, in one thing, you're gonna be the best at, right? For example, like, let's say you do multiple sports. You do baseball, soccer, and football. There's going to be one in there that you do the best in. That doesn't mean you got to be ass in all of them, right? So I think the last one, it's a lack of passion and purpose. So this is 2 in 1. A lack of passion and purpose for your true goal, you know? Yeah, you truly want, not just saying it to get high. Not just saying it so people can pat your back, or not just saying it so you feel like you're doing something, but having true passion for your goal, and also having patience, you know?
I mean, if you don't have the passion, I don't see it happening. If you don't have like personal passion, right? And I think the passion needs to be on a big level.
Now, what's the difference between passion and motivation?
Man, passion is something that you truly want, you desire. Deep down inside of you, right? You seek this, you like this, you want this. Motivation is just a feeling that you get sporadically, like, oh, this is what I want to do. I'm excited for it. And that burns away. I think true passion is something that you have true belief for. Whether I wake up feeling good or I wake up feeling bad, my passion is there. When you wake up feeling bad, is your motivation there?
Hell no.
It's not there, right? So you have to find a goal that excites you. Something that's aligned with your values, something that's aligned with your passion. Okay? It can't be, and I think you have to attach it to a bigger why. Not just because Mo wants to achieve it. This is something I learned recently, the last few years. Before it was goals for Mo, for me. But at the end of the day, what am I doing if I achieve X amount of dollars for me? What is that money gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna buy some nice clothes. I may get a nice car. I may get a nice house. And then what? It's all good. But as humans, what do we want? We want more. So I believe if we can do it on a larger scale, maybe doing it for the family, maybe doing it for your community, doing it for your country, if you can link it to a larger purpose, a larger passion, I think you will be on the grind longer. You'll be dedicated to it a little bit longer. And not just rely on your passion, on your motivation. You know? What would you say?
100%. I think that this is very true. I think passion is no. Motivation can ignite the fire, right? I think about it like a match. It's motivation, you hit the match and it starts burning, right? But it's quickly gonna burn off. Okay, and that's motivation. But if you grab the motivation, boom, and you put it to the dry wood, which is your passion will keep the fire going. You know? Motivation is just sporadic, little moment, burns to ashes, gone. And it's your discipline / your motivation, your true purpose in this life that will remind you and will center you. It'll be your anchor of why you're doing what you're doing. Because if not, like for example, if you just pursue money, right? At one point, money, if you just say, a lot of times, for most people, you just say, I just want to make more money. That will not force you to wake up and get after it. Because there's no really meaning behind it. But why do I want this money? Why am I hustling so hard? Why am I grinding this hard? Why should I do all these sacrifices? If there's no real why. And when there's no real why, I think it's very easy to negotiate with yourself. And so that's what I think. That's why motivation could be a great starter, but it's your purpose and your passion that go right next to it that will keep the flame going.
100%. I agree. So guys, those are the reasons why you won't achieve your goals. We just gave them to you. Okay, we just gave you a few of it's a bigger list. Okay, those are the reasons why you will not achieve your goals. Now that you know this, do not do this. Okay, don't do these things that we just talked about. Okay, do the things needed to achieve your goals. Do the things needed that's going to cause fulfillment in your life. Okay, because at the end of the day, guys, this is your duty to achieve things at a larger scale. Don't just be a walking character in the background. To walk and live this earth and move on. Do something for yourself, for your family, for your community, for your country, right? Do something, okay? Trust me, guys. You have to believe in yourself. I believe in you. I believe you can do it, okay? And I believe that you will believe in yourself more if you sharpen your sword. I already told you why you should get the repetitions on achieving your goals, going after your goals, okay? And I told you why you can't achieve your goals or why you won't achieve your goals, okay? Now it's your job to work. It's not the end of the road. Even if you set out for 2025 and you didn't achieve your goals, it's not the end of the road yet. Okay? Doesn't matter what hardships came up in your life. Doesn't matter what roadblocks came up in your life. Doesn't matter what road barriers came up, what walls came up in your life, guys. If you truly believe there's a way, okay? If you truly believe there's a will, there's a way. Okay? So don't let nothing stop you. Episode 37. Go out and watch it, but go out and get what you want. Go out and take what you want. This is how you do it. Okay? And you will do it through the process of sharpening your sword. The two swords that you carry every day. One is the mind, one is the body. They both go hand in hand. When you exert yourself physically, you work out, you lift weights, you go on a run, you go on a walk, you feed your body good food, you train jiu-jitsu, you train martial arts, that strengthens the mind. When you push your body past boundaries, it tests your mind. When you push through that, it makes your mind stronger. Okay? So that's sharpening your sword physically and mentally. Now you need to sharpen your sword mentally, listening to Sharpen Your Sword podcast. Okay? Listening to other entrepreneurs, other podcasts. Listening and hang around good people, strong people, entrepreneurs, mindset. Having relationships with strong individuals, with strong people, with strong mindsets. Okay? That will help propel you to things that you want to achieve, guys. You are who you hang out with. You are what your inner circle is. The people that you see the most. The people that you will live with for the rest of your life. Okay? So make educated and smart decisions in everything that you do. Okay? And don't feel bad about it. But whatever it is that you want in this life, guys, I'm going to say it again. You have to go and you have to take it. Don't wait for it to come to you. Because if you wait, you're procrastinating. If you wait, you're just hoping. It's better to just go and take it. Go and get it. Okay? Again, I believe in you. You got to believe in yourself. Sharpen your sword, guys, and you will get closer. If you can sharpen your sword every single day, you will get closer to your goals. Okay? Not every other day, every single day. All right? So go out and get what you want, guys. I believe in you. Thanks for the support. And like always, sharpen your sword for yourself, for your family, for your community, and for your country. And we'll see you on the next episode of Sharpen Your Sword podcast. Peace out.